at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. The previous pastor was Vernon Johns, who was very outspoken, and he represented a model. My historian is with me here, okay? And so, therefore, the church was looking for someone, okay, who was well-trained, silk stocking, okay, that kind of business, etc. In fact, Dexter was a breakaway, okay, that it was a split between the churches, all right, First Baptist, where Abernathy was pastoring. The churches split, but the two came together as friends and started collaborating with each other. So Martin Luther King was there, and he was not looking for a large, big kind of church, and he was offered some things in other places, but he also had decided to marry this woman from Alabama, okay? And so she would be close home as well. So proximity as well as approximation, all right? So some things came together, in other words. The other point is that Montgomery is not that far from Atlanta. So he was coming from Boston, okay? So he could be close, they could be close to home, but also independent, all right? Because remember, his father was pastoring, Ebenezer in Atlanta, and his grandfather had pastored Ebenezer, okay? And so he was encouraged to go to, Dexter. That's why. So my point is, he did not go to Montgomery to start a movement. Okay? But he was comfortable being in the Deep South because he, raised in the South and that kind of thing. All right? So the point is that he was selected. He did not start the movement. He's the first one to say. Okay? It was a women's, Joanne Robinson. Those women had been at this thing for a long time. Some of them had been arrested, and they'd been protesting and that kind of thing, etc. So Martin Luther King just simply gave leadership and his voice. It was E.D. Nixon who chose him, because E.D. Nixon was head of the NAACP and also the labor union organizer for A. Philip Randolph, Pullman car porters, okay? Was it 10,000 Men Named George? Yeah, that's the movie about it. So he was chosen rather than say he chose to be the leader. And of course he was so articulate, but not only that, he brought in a whole new philosophy of this nonviolence. They'd had protests in different places before. Now remember, Montgomery was not the first one in Alabama that desegregated. Mobile, okay? Shreveport, where Jefferson was, okay? So there was a pattern already there. Now, no boycott lasted as long as that, 381 days. But it could not have lasted unless you had the philosophy of nonviolence. And what I started out by talking about, the willingness to suffer for a cause. That woman, the boy asked if she wanted a ride. Older black woman who'd been walking back and forth to work, and she had these bags that she was carrying, because folks, those were fringe benefits. They didn't pay you any money, but they always gave you a little something to put in your bag. And what happened to her? The boy asked her, said, "Mama, could I give you a ride?" Because they were giving some people rides, and walking. And you know what she said? She rocked back in her shoes, because they were heels, would run over, because all that walking. Remember how many shoes those folks wore out? They had to spend money on shoes since they didn't spend on bus fare. Okay? She said, "Thank you, son. My feet is tired. My soul is rested." God rest her soul. Okay? That's the strength. So Martin Luther King simply gave leadership to a group of people who were ready to take a stand.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir.